Hello, people of the internet. I'm the Source Code Gamer, and today I decided I'm going to do a little tutorial on Open Broadcast software. It's a free software that's extremely good for if you're starting streaming and stuff like that. Uh, because it's free, it has third-party plugins that allow you to do a lot of things that are extremely well. I'm going to show you add-ons that I prefer for streaming and just recording. Uh, there's not many add-ons for just recording, but there's a lot for streaming because streaming something that, well, if you can show people more things, it usually means your stream can do a little bit better. So I decided I'm going to show you Open Broadcast software right here. As you can see, it's just a simple setup. You always start with a blank scene, which you can always add a new scene by saying add scene, by right clicking on scenes, or you can go up here. Of course, I'm recording, so I can't actually say add new scene because, well, I'm in the middle of one. Then there's sources. You always start out with, I think it's window capture, but you can always add, there's window capture, which allows you to record something like, well, within just a window. It's good if you want to do something like a game that doesn't have natural support for it, such as like Binding of Isaac or Minecraft usually runs a lot better if you do window capture instead of game capture. Because it uses a slightly different algorithm. Uh, Game capture usually tries to get more frames per second, but uh, Minecraft's usually really you can't tell anything past 60, and you're always locked to 30 frames per second, anyways. Uh, then there's monitor capture, which I'm using right now. It records the entire monitor. Um, and well, then there's image, which you can add whatever image you want and put it. Actually, let's add one, just so you can see, just browse images. Let's get the throne. Okay. Yes. And as you can see now, that's up there. I can put it anywhere I want by pressing edit scene. I can change its size to whatever. This is good if you want to like put your cats or something up during a stream. You can always shut it off. And you can always rename it, remove it, change its position. You can fit it to the screen. You can do a lot of things with it. And you can just remove it. Yes. Then there's image slideshow. So if you got like a gallery of like 50 different images or 10 or however many you want, you can say that. Then there's how much delay. You can add as many images as you want. Then there's text, which is, well, it's just a piece of text that you can put anywhere. In case you want to do like a really simple I'm busy screen, or just don't have an image that you want to use yet for your be right back screen. Then there's add-on that I have. It's called CRL Browser. This allows you to get notifications for something like StreamTip, which is something I'll show you a little bit later, or followers on Twitch, or what's the other one? Subscribers, and there's one more, I can't remember it right this second. Then there's video capture device. This allows you to do a face cam. I'm not doing that because I haven't reached that point yet. And then there's game capture, which is basically just window capture, but specialized for games. So you can record something like PlanetSide 2 or Counter Strike, whichever one you prefer. I personally like Counter Strike Go uh, at the moment. Um, and that's basically all those. And as you can see, there's global sources, which it really doesn't matter. It's something so that you can add like servers and stuff uh, from different points. Um, so if you want to have like 4 streams up, you can add. I don't know how to explain that much, uh, but I suppose it's easier to say. You can set it up so that you can have multiple monitors and everything recorded in different points. It's hard to explain. I really don't use it much. And then there's your plugins. As you can see, I have AFK mute screen source writer. This is a plugin in case you want to say, hey, if I mute my stream, just put up my hey, I'm busy screen. It doesn't work for me for some reason. I have some other plugins that's not showing for some reason that are probably interfering with it. Then there's the CRL host browser. These are all the natural things that you have. Then you can go into your settings. This is going to be a long video if you haven't noticed. You can switch your languages. You can have your profiles set. Usually you only do profiles if you want something like you have a streaming profile, so it automatically says, hey, I'm streaming when you press start streaming or things like that. And you can have a recording one, which means that you won't stream. Then there's encoding. This I usually set to buffer rate 0 or buffer size 0 because it really doesn't matter. I always keep a max bit rate of 1000 because it allows the stream to sort of capture a little bit better. If you have a stronger one, there's a site that I'll show you that'll tweak it to perfect for you. Then there's where I record to. Um, I forgot to switch that. Then there's you can switch what your resolution is. I always have my base resolution, which is always 720p, no matter what. But you can have it up to, I think, 4000p if you don't mind an extremely slow computer. Then there's default audio devices. This is so that if you have a mic, you can set it up so that it records through that rather than anywhere else. Like if you have a mic and a headset, it won't record from the headset unless you tell it to, which means it'll completely ignore your mic. Then there's hotkeys. I usually use page up and page down because those are never used for anything in any of the games I play. For my mute, I don't use push to talk because, well, usually I don't talk to people in games. Then there's advanced settings. This is basically to tell you, um, it just goes a little bit more in depth, such as multi-thread and priority. This is how much CPU it's allowed to have. I usually set it to its default, which is high, because okay, it allows it to record at a better rate. Even if I have to take a little bit of hit in my frames, it doesn't show it in game. Then there's coding and allow modifiers on hotkeys and stuff. Then there's a CPU preset, and that's basically just saying how fast it's allowed to go. Keyframe interval, so if you I don't know how to say it. It basically allows you to put a slight delay, but it's usually not needed. You can have a unlimited frames per second. You usually do not want to do this though, unless you have a really beast computer. I have a pretty good one, but it doesn't work well if you're recording games. So if you're recording something that it's not allowed to go to 60 frames per second, it really doesn't show. It actually shows slightly laggier because it's expecting a higher one. Uh, it's hardly noticeable, but it is for me. Latency, this is basically you want latency if you're recording and switching at the same time because it allows you to record it in real time, but the latency on the Twitch server allows you to keep a higher quality. Then there's QuickSync. No, I don't want to save changes, which this is just a little bit more in depth. I never touch it. And there's browser. By the way, this has been updated a lot recently. This basically allows you to completely customize it to whatever you want. I'm sorry, my coding knowledge is trying to read that. Then there's your noise gate. This is to set it to the maximum amount that you want. Me, I usually leave it on default because it allows me to speak in a proper way. This thing's gonna. Oh, this my voice is starting to go. Well, let's go to OBS Project. This is where you want to go, obsproject.com, to get the software. This is completely free, open source. You're not allowed to do whatever you want to it, but I'll always give them credit. It's available for Windows, not sure what that is, Linux. What is that? OS X. I have no clue. Then I want to go to the forum, which allows me to go to guides and plugins. The guides you definitely want to go to if you want to have a little bit more freedom. Then there's resources. I want to go to a few different ones. Let's go to plugins first. I like TeamSpeak. That's a great thing. It allows you to have a slightly higher quality than something like Skype would have. Recording, it sort of works okay, but I find it a little bit off sometimes. Then there's CRL, browser source. This I'll show you a little bit more later. And there's a bunch of plugins. 3ds capture plugin. This is if you have a 3ds and the little thing that plugs into your computer allows you to record it properly. Then there's that AFK thing. OBS Remote. This is something that I highly recommend if you have two computers because it allows you to record one computer separately. It's sort of like remote access assistance, if you know what that is, where it allows you to see the other screen and record it, but take absolutely no CPU. I think it takes like 1% CPU if you're doing an extremely high quality game. Then there's recording notifiers and stuff like that. There's also one more page, I'll go to that one. StarCraft 2 scene switcher, and there's a bunch of plugins. You can make your own. They're not that hard to make. There's a bunch of tools that you can use. I'm gonna just ignore some of these. Then there's a little bit of scripts that allow you to do it. We didn't want to do that. Next up, I'm going to show you some more NightDev. NightDev is a great thing for Twitch if you really want to get into it more professionally and uh, at least have more fun with it because it allows you to pay more attention to your game than anything else. Uh, so let's go to their projects. Um, for, First up, Nightbot. Nightbot is a great guy. He's a free moderator that allows you to simply do everything. Let me just log in so that you can see that. Uh, he, he, it's a bot that is free and allows you to not have to deal with trolls and stuff as much because you can have spam protection, which is a huge amount of things. Like link protection, you can have it so that all links are disabled. Uh, you can say, hey, I don't mind these links. Um, Caps protection, so someone can't just have caps lock on and annoy you. Symbol protection, so that they can't just do the Nerdcube symbol 50 times in a row. Emotes, in case someone decides to be a jerk and completely fill your screen, it'll automatically time it out. Repetition, you can say, hey, I don't want someone to say uh, noob 50 times in a row. Paragraph protection, this is something I absolutely love because you can say how many you don't want. Me, I have it about the same as what a tweet would be, which is 250. And I said it's not story time. You can have custom messages. You can have custom commands. Me, I actually need to go through and delete some of these because I'm running out of space for commands. Uh, I can say, hey, my experimental build is here, and you can say who can use these. Me, I disable everything by saying it's owner only. Uh, then there's disabled commands, there's plain old Nightbot commands, um, and you actually have to go to his channel to say, hey, join me. Or when you're in your channel, you can tell him to bugger off, and you can enable songs, which are completely free songs that you don't get in trouble for, and stuff like that, in case you don't have permission from someone. Then there's commands that you can add commands, remove commands, a bunch of stuff. Then there's timers, which you can say, hey, every 10 minutes, say, hey, welcome, or stuff like that, or hey, you like the music, here's Smooth McGroove, or what mod pack I'm playing, or stuff like that. And let's X off that. Next project, Stream Tip. This is something absolutely great. Then I'll go down here. Stream Tip allows you to accept donations. This is okay if you are just starting off to get, because it allows you to make sure that everything's set up in case for when you get bigger. Me, I only have it on my page because, well, I bothered to do all this. If you want to give me 50 cents, thank you. Uh, it's not about money for me. I love doing it. If you love me doing it, well, then I don't mind you supporting me. Uh, this is completely free. They take, I think, 2%. And then you can set up for like PayPal or Bitcoin. Uh, and PayPal always takes a small amount. I think they take like 10% or something, or 20% of all donations sent to it. You can set it up to your bank account and stuff like that, but it's completely free. It's great. Um, and it's cheaper than a lot of other places. They don't take as much money because, well, they set it up so that you don't have to. Um, and then there's here the follower alert. This is in case someone clicks follow on your stream channel. Uh, and you're able to set it up. You can have it for any software. Um, it creates a little link at the end. I don't have other software, so I don't really know how to go through that. Um, but this allows you to set up customly. As you can see, there's different styles, but you can create your own. Me, I'm currently working on my own, as well as 50 other projects. Uh, then there's OBS Chat. This allows you to have your chat in your stream. Uh, if you saw my Rogue Legacy videos, then you obviously know that I had a few people show up, and it looks just like this. You can have it customized even more than this, but it allows you to disable certain colors and have them able to be seen better uh, in case someone's a jerk and has a white name. Uh, then there's subscriber alert. This is probably for later on, but it's basically the same thing as a follower alert. Uh, and I'll actually show you a bit. I'll show you the follower alert thing. I don't need that. Next, you can have your own custom sound, which allows you to uh, say something like, I don't know, there's a streamer called Kiwi Fails that uses "Who's that Pokemon" from Pokemon for whenever someone follows. Um, and you can use anything really. Then it goes through and you can customize the size and stuff later on. I think this was the last one that I wanted to show you. This is Twitch Cast. This is a add-on to certain browsers and stuff that allows you to go to Twitch and it customizes for you. So you can have like a black background and you can, here's a bunch of stuff about everything. It shows you capacities and everything. If you want to pause and read that, um, go right ahead. I think that's all that I wanted to say in this video. And I'm losing my voice, and I hope you enjoyed and learned something. And I hope you really give these all a try, because they truly are a great free way to start. I know that like XSplit is slightly better, more professional, but it sort of overcomplicates itself for slightly better quality, and it costs money. Um, that's why I'm never going to go past OBS because it's something that truly takes. I want something simple that I can start and have whatever I want set to it. And it's open source, and I'm allowed to change it, and I'm allowed to customize it. And I'm allowed to completely tear it apart and put it back together the way I want. That's something I looked for when I started YouTube and I started Twitch and everything like that. And I hope you give this a try because it's something that truly deserves your at least look. OBS gets updates like 4, maybe 5 times a month, and it constantly gets updated. I know that a lot of places do that, but this is one that just absolutely amazed me that it kept up so much. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you give these a try, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.